Okay, so this is the Hammar MA1 system, inflation system. This particular one has a window with the operating head showing green there. If we split the bracket open, just open this up, you can see the main difference with this inflator compared to others is you can't see the cylinder and it's physically inside of the bladder, which does create certain problems which we'll go through for service. So on the front of here, the Hammar system is an expiry date. This one expires 2016. This is the manual pull toggle, and this valve here is where the water will enter when it's submerged. And the basic idea of this is that the water enters through this valve and it will make its way through a labyrinth and then set the gas off. And it's a very robust system. It's very hard to inflate one of these accidentally. Okay, so in order to open this system up, we need a key. With a rearming kit, you get a key like this. As an alternative, a 20p coin will do the same job. So if we start with the key, on the bottom right corner, if you were looking at the inflator, the key inserts between the plastic and the yellow plastic and the black plastic, if you can see that. And then you just turn and it will start these two parts. This will turn and the back plate will stay. So it just starts to split apart, and you just do that a few times and you can see if we use the 20 pence, same job. And then eventually it will go to the point where it splits and you end up with this. Okay, so we'll put that part to one side, and then you can see this. What we need to do to get this part out is twist it onto its side and poke that part through, and then out will come the cylinder with the back plate attached. Now, as you can see, this is a sealed unit, and this is actually glued in to this part at the factory. So there's no way of checking if that has got gas in other than the green indicator. But what we use in the service is a digital scale, and we know that this part weighs 21 grams, and each cylinder has a gross weight stamped on it. So if we put that on the scale, this one reads 164 grams, and we know that this part weighs 21. So we know there's 140 grams just over of gas, and this cylinder should weigh 140 grams. Okay, so we know this part is good now. So we'll just reassemble the system. And in order to do that, we're going to put this back through, line the cylinder up centrally, so we've got the system like that. Then this part, it will find its location on the lugs, the 4 lugs, and then we will just squeeze these two parts together until it clicks, and then that's the seal. So just to show you that again, it's onto those 4 lugs, and it will be the same kind of direction as the cylinder as it was before, and you see these 2 yellow parts aren't matching together, and we just squeeze like this till there's a click, and then these 2 parts are in line. It won't lock together if it's wrong. And that's done. And then what we do after this is the inflation test. So we'll inflate this jacket just to check that the seal is good. And that's a very important last check. And that's the Hammar MA1 system. Sometimes it needs, when it refolds, you can usually tell which way it's going, but in the case of a window, you just need to make sure that it lines up in the window when you repack it. And of course, if this light was red, or if the date is past, it's 2012 now, if that said 2011, it needs replacing, and if that was red, it would need replacing. Otherwise, if you've done the inflation test, the system is good until expiry.